Hi, this is Dr. Swanberg. Welcome to week 3. This is your How to Succeed in Week 3 video that's going to walk you through what we need for the week. First, a few things. Please make sure you're not using just the activity stream, and please make sure you are reading your announcements. One of the announcements that is posted this week is about the fact that I'm in quarantine, which means I'm working at home and trying to help my daughter learn virtually from home while she's quarantined. The only effect this will have on an online class is that your help sessions for Monday and Tuesday will be by appointment only. So just please email me and set up an appointment to get help via Zoom on those 2 days, or plan on attending a help session later in the week when I can follow the schedule posted in instructor contact information. In my in-person classes, of course, that means that we will meet in Zoom rather than in the classroom. But you'll still have class. If you are in an in-person class, you'll just attend it virtually. All right. So make sure you are getting those announcements. If you ever do see something missing, please let me know. There was a Blackboard issue last week, and Maya and Angelica from my online class let me know that there was an issue, and I was able to correct it. But make sure, I see that only about 28 out of 39 of you are looking at those announcements. Please make sure you're checking your announcements throughout the week. They are important. All right, please also make sure that you are engaging throughout the week. I am noticing a pattern that some students are engaging only on the weekends, and that does mean that you are missing your discussion board deadlines. It means that you are doing the work when I am not available to help you if a question arises, which is not a best practice for an online class. So make sure you are setting an alarm to work on your online classes midweek for that Wednesday deadline. And then again for that Sunday deadline. At very least, preview the information at the beginning of the week so that you can ask questions about anything that confuses you before your instructor leaves for the weekend. Great. You have a sample online outline of form. So I'm just going to open that form very briefly for you and make sure that you see what you're looking for. This form should be available for you to edit if you'd like to, which means that you can write in the form and then do a save as. But I would like you using this outline format this week. It's a very simple outline format, so I'd like you using it. There's also a sample outline that is a model for what your outline might look like for this essay, so you can see what an outline should look like when it's filled in. Please make note that these are nice short answers. I'm not asking you to pre-write your essay in this. This is a document that is designed to remind you of what to write about when it's time, not to write it and then write it again, right? If we make our outlines too involved, then we defeat the purpose of using an outline. There is a tutorial on how to write an essay outline that goes over this form and the sample. So make sure you're watching that instructional video. There's also an instructional video on how to check your grades and feedback. I know most of you are able to see your grades, but this video shows you how to see your feedback. Your feedback is where I explain to you where your grade came from. And there is a quiz where I'm asking you to show me that you know how to find that feedback. And it's just a screenshot of your feedback from the diagnostic essay. So it shouldn't take you very long to do that quiz at all. There's also a quiz on the writing process and on outlines. Make sure that if you need to, back up to week 2 and review the video on the writing process before you take this quiz. And make sure you've watched the instructional video on outlines. We are having a discussion board where your initial post is due on Wednesday. And in this, let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit better. I'm asking you to, in your own words, explain how an outline is related to the essay that you are writing or to any essay that you are writing. So what's the relationship between an outline and an essay? And then please answer these questions after you have explained that in your own words. Why does an outline help you succeed as a student? How does an outline help you succeed as a writer? Have you used outlines in the past? If so, how have they helped you? If not, why have you avoided them? How is the outline model provided to you in this week's instructional materials different or similar to other outline models that you've learned in the past? If you've been taught a different method for outlining and your outlines haven't looked like the one that I provided you in that handout that I just showed you, what's different about it? Or how is it similar to ones that you've seen in the past or used in the past? If you've never done outlining before, what are you noticing about that model? Please respond to at least 3 peers posts. In their responses to peers, please offer 2 or 3 sentences that engage with the ideas your peer has expressed. Please add to their knowledge about how outlines work, give an example of how an outline has helped you, or give an example of why you have not found outlines useful in the past. I would like to have it be more than just, hey, I agree, kind of conversation. Let's make sure we are treating these responses to peers as another chance to show mastery of the concepts and the questions that are being asked here. So you have 4 chances to tell me how much you know about outlines. There's the initial post, and then there are 3 responses to peers. In all of them, it's your job to make sure you are showing concept mastery, not just to have a quick, friendly conversation. Okay. A reminder, please make sure you've watched the instructional video on outlining and looked at the models, please. There are specific things I'm hoping to hear and see from you in terms of how outlines connect to what you're writing and why we use them. This isn't just free-form thinking about your opinions about outlines. This is a check-in that you have absorbed this week's instructional material. So maybe even take a few notes while you're watching that video. So that you can use those notes when you're writing your initial post. If you want to be really methodical about it, I would write down the things that you are being asked to answer about outlines. And then as the video plays, I would take notes as you approach an answer to one of these questions that I've asked you. That's how I would do it. But, you know, I'm a school nerd. I'm very successful in school, so my advice will get you exactly where you want to be if you're aiming for an A. All right, our assignment this week is you're finished your revised outline. Type your outline for the reflective essay here. The reflective essay topic is discuss one thing that happened because of COVID that changed the way you see or understand or walk through the world. I expect your outlines to all have the same parts as the model offered in my responses in this week's discussion board. 2 main sections, 1 and 2, 3 major details for section 1, and for section 2, A, B, C, and then 3 or 4 minor details for each of the major detail sections. So please remember to indent for readability. If you can't indent, skip a line between sections. So between A, 1, 2, 3, and B, 1, 2, 3, skip a little line just for readability. One thing I want to caution you against is making your outlines too general, okay? This is one thing that I see a lot, and I'm actually going to open this and take a look at this model real quickly, because this is something a lot of students struggle with this first outline. So we are working on this question. And I'm asking you to answer, the COVID pandemic has changed the way I think about blank, and you'll fill in that blank with your answer. But I want to make sure you are not giving these kind of answers. I do not want to see you saying everything or the world. Those are too big and they're too general. I would like you to choose something specific, like they've changed the way I think about customer service. They have changed the way I think about grocery shopping. COVID has changed the way I think about protecting my family's health. COVID has changed the way I think about going to school, right? So those things are a lot more specific. We cannot, in 5 paragraphs, do a good job about talking about everything. Please also remember that this is a reflective and personal narrative. So we are not offering facts and statistics about COVID, and we're not talking about everyone's experiences. We're not saying everybody lost jobs or the job market changed or anything like that. You can say it changed the way I think about my job, or it changed the way I think about employability or my profession. But you are working on your experiences, not trying to talk about what happened to everybody else. And again, not trying to offer those facts and statistics about COVID. That's not really what this essay is about. So make sure you're focusing on you and make sure you're taking a narrow focus. All right, I hope that helps. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Remember to engage with each thing here in order. So if you have a video that pops up first, you should watch it. And then if there's a handout, you should read it. There's a video, watch it. 2 videos there. If a quiz, you should complete it. If there's a discussion board, you should participate in it. And if there is assignment, you should complete that as well. I would do these things in order, and I wouldn't skip any of them. So that's your recipe for success this week. Please remember to check announcements if things are changing, and I wish you all the success. Reach out if you need help.